Hi folks, Dave with DBSTECHTALK, and today we're going to talk about power. Lots of power. The definition of power is very broad. When you think about the word power, things might come to your mind immediately. You might think about wind power, you might think about solar power, you might think about conserving power, energy. You might be thinking of kinetic power, automatic power like you have on a watch. You might be thinking of being able to lift something, be able to pull something, have brute strength. But power has all kinds of avenues that it can travel down. You might think about having the power of a god. But today, we're going to talk about Powerstation. When I was a kid, I went to two power stations. I went to a nuclear power station, and then I went to an electrical power station that was a water power. I didn't understand a single thing about either one of them. What I saw, I didn't understand what the little person that was giving us a tour was talking about. I was clueless. But I did think that it was really cool when they did the little nuclear demonstration. I thought that was the most neat little thing, showing how that they transformed it. And when we went to the power plant, the water power plant, I thought that was really neat how they can transition power out of water flowing over Niagara Falls. I thought that was really cool. But I couldn't tell you a clue as to how it works. I couldn't tell you how it goes from that plant all the way to my house that was 100 miles away. I couldn't tell you how a nuclear plant can power hundreds of miles and thousands of houses. I had no clue how all that works. And to this day, I still don't. In fact, I don't really even understand how it can come through town on all these little wires, come to my house, go to like a little switcher box, and then come to my house and go to all these different outlets within the house, and I can just plug something in and it works. No idea. I'm clueless. Science is not my thing. Engineering is not my thing. And all that rambling. iFi reached out to me and they said, hey, would you like to review some of our products? And I said, iFi, I would absolutely love to review some of your products. You are one of those dream companies that I have wanted to try for the longest time. And so iFi was like, we'll send you some stuff. And so they sent over the iFi XDSD, and they also sent over the iFi Micro iDSD Black Label. Both of those are going to get their own reviews, and both of those reviews will be coming at another time this week. So be on the lookout for that. What we're going to actually talk about today is something that they sent over after they had already sent those two. They sent those two over, and I was like, oh, woo. And then they contacted me again and said, how would you like to try out our newest product? And I was like, okay. And so they told me what it was, and I said, sure, why not? I'm up to try anything. I'm up to test anything. And so this newer item shows up at the door, and it comes in a massive box. I mean, the box was tall and heavy, and a lot heavier than the other iFi box that had showed up. And I opened it up, and inside it is this. And this is the iFi Powerstation. Weighs about 5 pounds. And right on the front of it, there's a couple things. And, you know, I don't really research things before I review them. And so I saw this. It says Powerstation, active noise cancellation power source with intelligent AC diagnostics. And I'm like, noise cancellation and a surge protector? And the skeptical side came out. And I was like, really? What am I getting into here? You know, I only use this little thing. I use this little Furman and AC power conditioner, and it seems to do a pretty decent job. I kind of notice a difference from going straight from the wall or from a regular old surge protector to this. That doesn't have noise canceling in it, so okay. And so I started reading the back of it, and I'm going to read the back of it. I am going to do the unreviewer thing. So it says the iFi Powerstation cleans up noisy AC mains, detects and solves mains based EMI, RFI, and earth ground issues. Okay. That's what the Furman claims to do. Cleaning up the signal. Doesn't, it does some with the EMI, RFI. It is simple and easy to use. You connect your complete system for AC diagnostics and a 40 dB or 100 times more noise reduction. 40 dB noise reduction? Skeptics came out again. What are some of the benefits? It has active noise cancellation 2 technology. It has solid per copper bus bars for power transfer. Individual noise isolation chambers for each outlet. Now that's pretty unique. Each outlet is isolated so it doesn't interfere with each other. This one doesn't do that. It has high performance per copper outlets. Heavy OFHC continuous cast copper internal wiring. Polarity and earth diagnostic systems. Advanced surge and transient protection system. A dedicated chassis grounding system. 2,500 watts to 10 amps, a maximum 250 volts. So it's got a lot of power. Technology is the Active Noise Cancellation 2, or ANC. It has military technology. It's advanced differential and common mode noise cancellation. It has smart earth diagnostics, so it detects the missing earth and grounds if you do not have that. Smart polarity diagnostics is a detection of polarity faults. So if you have an issue with your polarity coming in. Intelligent earth ground. The Powerstation adds the ultimate earth ground with an added ground loop protection circuit. It is intelligent as it will not introduce a ground loop even if the system is already earth grounded, as more than one earth usually creates a ground loop. Over voltage surge protection has auto recovery. Some specs. Noise reduction is a negative 40 dB or 100 times. Surge protection is maximum 30,000 at 1,000 volts, 10 amp, so that's pretty good. Operating voltage is 90 volts to 265 volts. And it weighs 4.37 pounds. So you could almost use it to do some curling. Some small curls. When you open it up, It's a very simple and straightforward unboxing. You get the 4.37 pound device. Kind of looks like a little mini cannon. We'll set that to the side for a moment. And then you get some paperwork with basically the same information that was on the back side of it. And you get a power cord, which is just a standard little IC. Look at that. Now, just for reference, my little Furman got back way up in order to fit it in the frame. So it's quite large. It's got nice feet on the bottom. It's got a bunch of writing on the bottom that explains some of the technologies inside. Here you have an ACI purifier. And then on the back you have your power switch and your plug. Here in the US version you have 8 outlets. The European version you get 6. Has nice spacing between the outlets, so you pretty much can fit any shape and size of adapter or outlet cable, there we go, on it. And when it's on the floor, it doesn't take up near as much space as the Furman because of that narrower build. When you plug it in, you will get, if you have correct ground and polarity, it will have 2 green LEDs. If you have an issue, one of them or both of them will be red, and you will have to determine what the issue is and fix it, or contact iFi support, and they have various other means of resolving. I did not have a problem with that, so don't really know how to explain that. I do apologize. I'm going to link the iFi website to this video down below, and there's several helpful links there that they have that will help you diagnose this and explains it a lot better than I can, because I am very much in I'm in a land that I shouldn't belong. I'm in a land that I don't belong when it comes to this. This is way out of my league. So, you get it, you plug it into your wall, you plug all your devices in, and you hit the power switch. Then you turn on all your different devices, your DACs, your amps, and your computer. I did plug my computer into this. And you let it all cycle through and warm up. And you start playing music. And you go, sounds like music. Everything's working properly. I don't have anything that is lacking in power. I don't have anything that's popping or hissing or humming real loud. I don't have any issues. So I guess it's doing its job. And I was really struggling. I was like, how am I going to review something that is this? And so after about 3 weeks of using it, I went back and I plugged in my little Furman. And I did everything with it and plugged everything on and turned everything on. And started listening to the same songs and the same music. And one thing I noticed, it was subtle, but it was, if you really listened, it was there. And that was that background noise was a little more noticeable with the Furman. Also, there wasn't as much of a fullness, dynamicness to the sound on some songs and on certain gear. And it was really weird. I was like, am I hearing it? Is this, am I sure? This can't be. I mean, it's a surge protector that has noise canceling in it. Is it really, am I really hearing this? And so I listened for about a week on the Furman, and I went back and I put the iFi Powerstation on, and I did that again. I listened to the same songs, and I listened and I listened and I listened, and I heard a difference. Not just like, whoa, mind blowing, but it was subtle and it was there. You could definitely tell that things sounded a little more clean, a little more clear in the background. It didn't have little hisses, didn't have little hums, didn't have noise like I did on the Furman during quieter songs. And when music had fuller dynamics, it had a little bit more oomph to it. It had just a touch of smootherness. And I was like, is it, I'm feeling the placebo effect because this thing's $500 and it's new? Or is it real? And my conclusion after doing that test twice, going back to the Furman, listening to songs, and then going back and listening on the iFi Powerstation, and going back to the Furman, and going back to, is that this thing is legit. It really does what it says it does. It's not a huge difference. It's not a day and night difference, or light and darkness difference, but it is a difference. You can definitely tell on certain gear that it's doing what it's supposed to. The gear that I really heard the differences on were the THX AAA 788 and on the Cavelli CTH and LCX. There was just a little bit of improvement on background noise, dynamics. Things just sounded a little bit more alive, sounded a little bit more full-bodied than on my Furman, and most definitely coming from the wall. Now, all of you are going to look at the link down below, and you're going to go, $500? Are you kidding me, Dave? $500 for a surge protector? Hey, it works. We had a storm system come through, and I had some music playing, and I was listening to tunes and bebopping along, and was kind of oblivious to what the weather was doing outside, and a storm system came through. And even though it wasn't truly storming at our house, we didn't have rain coming down, we didn't have big lightning strikes and thunder going on. You could see it off in the distance. And something happened in town And all of a sudden, all of the power just went off at here. And this protected my gear. Because when the power came back on and I restarted everything, it all works with no problems. So whatever happened with that power going off and the surges, this protected it. So it did its job. Noise canceling, it definitely does its job. You can hear the improvement. Is it $500 worthy? For the ones that it's focused at, yes. For the ones that have high-end gear, want the most purest, cleanest sound signature ever, this is who you're focusing at to get this. It's not for a person who has just a little itty-bitty, super simple portable system. You're not going to throw this into your backpack and plug your gear in. Okay? This is for the true, I'm serious about my sound desires. $500, that's a big investment. But it's well worth it, in my opinion. iFi, you did an amazing job on this Powerstation. I'm truly, truly impressed with it. $500 is a lot of money, though. Only you will know if that is for you. This has been Dave with DBS Tech Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Speaking of next videos, more iFi gear to come. If you want to see and know when those reviews are out, hit the subscription button and don't forget to hit that notification bell, and you'll know immediately when those next videos are uploaded. Also, there are links down below if you would like to contact me or send in a loan piece of gear or to support the channel in some way. Check out those links. Thanks.